Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Darren. Lovely to have you here today. So, today's encounter takes place in Scotland, which is an unusual place for a skinwalker encounter. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, first off, I know a lot of people will think that this is a hoax because it's in Scotland, but I don't know how to explain this. I'm extremely familiar with Wendigos, skinwalkers, flesh gates, all that crap, and there's probably a not Native American possibility that I'm unaware of, but the only explanation to me is a skinwalker. I apologize for my use of Scots slang in advance. I'm a teenager, won't disclose age, and I go to a public high school in Perthshire, Scotland. It's mostly a rural area with mostly towns, villages and just houses dotting the landscape, although there are two major cities in my area. The high school I go to is in a medium-sized town, and for privacy reasons I will not disclose its name. Not many people have had many paranormal encounters, although a few people claim to have seen ghosts and whatnot. Anyways, on to my encounter. I live in a large house in the middle of a field with my family. It's not too far from the town I go to school in, but I usually take the bus in just 'cause I'm a lazy git. Sometimes me and my mates, let's call them E, J and C, take a path through a nearby forest to come back to my place where we just play video games, that sort of stuff. This particular night, my parents were out of town, and we decided to drink a bit of booze that we had in the mini-fridge in my room. I didn't try much. I'm not much of a drinker, and beer's not my thing, or C's, really. E and J, however, they went all out. It got really late, or rather early, and they decided to leave and head home. I said bye to them, then headed back up to my room to play some more video games. About half an hour later, I heard a loud banging on my door. It was J and E. I let them in, and they started panicking. C goes home a different way to them. He lives a bit closer to me than the others. E and J said that they were walking through the woods, and they saw a tall, skinny-looking bloke pelting it towards them. They panicked and legged it back to my house, while the skinny fella gave chase. My mind went back to when another friend, somewhat of a paranormal buff, told me about Wendigos and skinwalkers. I called 999 and said that a prowler was lurking around our house and had chased my mates back to my house. I gave the operator my address and said that they'd have a car or two to my house in an hour and a half. Apparently there was a big traffic incident. In the meantime, she said, arm yourselves, lock all doors and windows, and lock yourself in a room. We did that, grabbing knives from the kitchen and barricading ourselves inside my bedroom. After a while, we heard heavy footsteps around our house, and thinking it was the police, I peered out of the window. What I saw was much worse. It was E. It looked exactly the same as her. I knew that she was sitting crying in my room. I freaked out, and it saw me. What the hell is that thing? Whatever the fuck was outside could speak, and it sounded exactly like Jay. It was a skinwalker. I remember the description from my horror weirdo friend. It looked like my friend, but sounded like my other friend. It must have been confused, and that made it scarier. We heard sirens, and the thing ran off into the woods. We told the police officers everything, and they checked it out. The officers left after saying the woods were clear, then muttered something about fucking prank callers. After they left, we heard an inhuman shriek, but sort of human-like. We didn't sleep at all that night. I believe that what we saw was a skinwalker. I hope to God Almighty that I never have to face that bloody thing again. However, if I do, I shall make a follow-up. Thank you, and please feel free to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I'll be uploading new stories daily, so subscribe to stay tuned. See you soon, and remember, stay vigilant and stay safe.